Gamers, we're gonna get into it straight away, right on this at the start of the stream. We're gonna be jumping into Lucifon's games versus Anno Chad. Everybody know, well, I don't know how long you've been in the scene. Obviously, if you've been in the scene recently, like in the past year, 2 years, year and a half, I don't know, you'll know Anno Chad, you've seen him play. But if you maybe are newer to the game, like in the past year or so, maybe you don't know who Lucifron is. So for the first, I would say probably 2.5, 3 years of AoE4, Lucifron was a top 3 player basically the whole time through, I feel like. He would always end up in top 4. He won one of the tournaments. He ended up second a few times. So, but overall, he was a top 3 player guaranteed. So he was very, very good. And about, I would say, I don't know how long it's been, 6, 7 months. He came back to AoE4. I would say it's been 6, 7 months. And I know he played a tournament or two. Did not, 9 months? I don't know how long it's been. But anyway, he came back more than 6 months ago. And I kind of, a lot of people didn't know. He said it? Okay. Damn, that's a long time. I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Oh, he was gone for 9 months. Okay, well, listen, it doesn't matter. He came back over 6 months ago, and it was kind of like a question mark how well he's gonna do, because I've been telling people, like, coming back 3 years ago after not playing for a while and then like doing well again isn't like too big of a deal. But these days I feel like every player in like top 10, 15 is so good that it's really hard to take a long break, like a 6 months, a year break, come back and like instantly do well. So I think the last tournament or the last 2 he played in, he did not do well. I think one he didn't even qualify for, and one he was top 16, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that, someone can correct me. And now he is playing a round of 8 in this match in the EGC tournament. So this is a round of 8 match versus Anno Chad, who has been doing really, really well recently. Or recently, for the past, I would say, a year and a half, he's been doing pretty well. We've seen some deep runs from Anno Chad. I think his best finish, if I am correct, was 3rd place in one of the S-tier tournaments. Again, someone in Twitch chat can correct me. But yeah, I gave you guys a little bit of history. So let's see what happens. So for those that don't know, Lucifron is a brother, a literal brother of Vortex. They are brothers IRL. So they do practice together, and I don't know if they practice with other people. I haven't talked to them in a while. But if they only practice between each other, that can be very, very strong, because that means that you're kind of in your own little bubble and you're creating your own strategies and stuff like that, and other people might not be aware of what you're doing. So yeah, I would assume even if they do play with other people, they heavily practice with one another. So yeah. And we see Anno Chad is doing some interesting build right here. Anno Chad always gotta bring his own sauce to the barbecue, you know what I mean? Okay, so usually you chop up wood and then you build a lumber camp. He's chopping 2 straggler trees, taking 4 to drop off the gold, and then he's gonna sell wood or food for pro scouting. 421 pro scouting. I don't know if that's the fastest possible. I feel like if you go 1 hunting cabin, you can get it faster, but I might be wrong. But anyway, let him cook. Let him cook. So now he's gonna go on wood and he's gonna make scouts, so pro scouting on this side. On the other side, I would assume this is just also gonna be pro scouting. 300 wood almost. Okay, forcing drop-offs. Pro scouting started. There it is. Stopping on gold. Stable. So pretty stable from both players so far. Pretty normal game. Now the question is, sometimes Chinese player will go for like mass pressure. with like Spearman Archer immediately, but this game it seems pretty passive. Anton got 10 on wood, so he could drop production buildings, or he could just wooden fortress like right there, or maybe even there, and then just choose to go for fast age up. Especially because Luciferon isn't adding any production building. Okay, he is now. But I feel like this is late. I feel like if you do this, you should open barracks. But maybe not. Oh, and Anton is going for stable. Unfortunate. Unfortunate turn of events. Neither player have scouts on the other side of the map. And how many scouts do we see? 5 fucking scouts and 6. Okay. So there's the wooden fortress. And from Anton, the worker split. This just looks like, to me, 1 knight into fast castle. I think this 1 knight is to just maybe be annoying or harass a little bit, but I would not expect him to make more than 1. Maybe he makes a second one, but I don't really see a point. So probably just 1. No survival techniques, by the way. Interesting. Not sure he forgot or doesn't want to get it. Survival techniques on Luciferon side. Pro scouting's arriving. We see 3 spearmen from Luciferon only, and now he's making a horseman. So Luciferon is blindly making spearmen, sending them to the further rear pack, and following it up with a horseman. This might be not. Oh my god, he overchopped wood quite a lot. Maybe wasn't sure what he wanted to do, but that's a big overchop. 700 almost wood. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty annoying for Anton. And this is why these days you usually go for some army when you pro scout, because if the enemy makes units, you literally cannot pro scout. So there's a chance that Anton loses 6 deer right here because he took 1 of them. This knight is harassing at the same time, but Luciferon is queuing up more scouts. He's probably just gonna send them here. I find that a bit interesting because he got only 2 deer left here, so he could just, you know. And he made more spears to deal with that. High trade house is coming in. That's a pretty good spot. And I like this a lot better. Yeah, he's just making more scouts. He's making 3 extra scouts to make sure he takes the deer, because that would be a pretty big advantage. But yeah, I don't really see how Anton's going to prevent this. And I've seen Anton do this before, and I did not like it. But I've also seen... who did this recently? I think it was CSO, I want to say. It was CSO. It was CSO versus Luciferon, and CSO won. And then the next time I saw Luciferon play Rus, Luciferon did this. So I don't know if this is the new Rus meta, but people go like double stable, double archer range, and they go knight horse archer. So they open with knights first and not horse archers. So we'll see if that's what we're gonna see. But yeah, these scouts are definitely gonna be yoinking that. He needs some more spears. He is cranking spears because, yeah, he does not have enough there. No tower here, by the way. I'd be making a tower there. I'd be scared for my workers. Especially after seeing knights. Anton's doing a good job being annoying with these scouts. He can't fight the horsemen with them, but he's trying to snipe the scouts. But Luciferon... The thing is, Anton doesn't realize that Luciferon had 9 scouts at that point. And yeah, if he takes these deer home, by the way, that's like game-ending damage at this level. Like, because he will run out of food very quickly. Now, I don't know what the sheep count was, but I'm pretty sure... So Anton got 11 sheep, Luciferon got 1. Okay, so Anton probably got way more sheep, if that is the case. So that's nice for him. I guess it's not gonna be an auto loss or something. Imperial Palace, +1 ranged armor. 2nd archer range. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 stable to archer range. Monastery. And Luciferon is just gonna probably... Oh my god, okay. I was gonna say he's probably gonna supervise and make some lancers, but I guess because he had like 700 wood, he has 4 stables right now. Cranking. He needs more on gold, though. Like, a lot more on gold. Like a lot more on gold. What is his split? 19. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, he needs maybe a couple of more. Because that many on deer and the mill and stuff is gonna. Yeah, he's sending some more. I don't know if he needs actually even more than that. I think he does. I think this is too many on food. You need like a 18-14 or 18-15 split or something like that. Now he's making a tower here, wants to make sure he's safe. And this matchup now turns into who's gonna run out of food first. And whoever runs out of food first basically dies to the mass knight play. So Lucifer, I would be surprised if he makes anything but knights. Maybe he adds crossbows, but with 4 stables, I would say he's pretty committed. You can see he has a lot of, or too much food. So he definitely needs to put more on gold. And yeah, he's putting another one and he's rallying on gold. So he's up to 13 now. But yeah, so basically whoever needs to move out of their base first to get either like these berries or other like boar or berries on the map ends up losing. I know it's like very much simplifying it and super generalizing this matchup, but that's kind of how it is. Because right now, neither player can do damage to the other one if they just sit in their own base, but the moment the food runs out, they have to go out on the map, and then they're spread out too thin. Also, yellow and green, by the way, is very hard to... It's not very hard to see, it just kind of blend in with the map, because the map is also yellow and green. Is the server maintenance today? I don't know. No, it's not. Isn't it on Thursday? Wednesday? So these spearmen are gonna get sick value if they manage to stun any of the knights. I'm surprised he's even bringing them with, because if he now has to retreat all the way back, the horse archers are gonna farm them, so I would probably just leave them here. But he's trying not to re-engage constantly, as you can see. No plus to ranged attack. The spearmen are getting some connections. And more lancers are now coming. So his gold income and food income is a lot closer. So he's able to spend a lot of the resources. And he just has way more lancers than Enotan has knights. And that ain't looking good. One of the workers is breakdancing over there. The relics. 3 for Anachat right now. Is Lucifer even trying to get one? He's gonna go for the boar. Okay, he's gonna get 1 relic at least. But, like I said, relics are cool, but if you run out of food and then you end up dying, then, yeah. So, army count is looking similar, but 15 knights versus 3. Oof. That is rough. I wonder if, like, maybe the meta in this matchup as a Rus to just go pure knight and just to skip horse archers completely. Because once you're... So what I'm thinking from all the games that I've seen that I've played in this matchup, like, in theory, horse archer knight is better, but not early on. Because early on, having more knights is better. Uh-oh. So the problem is, this early, I feel like it's very scary for Rus, but if the game stabilizes where Rus has like 20 knights versus like 30 or 40, and then you have a crap ton of horse archers, you're in a good spot. But yeah, this is already looking a little bit rough. He manages to run away from there, which is good. Doesn't lose the 9 villagers. And, oh, that's a good raid right there, boy. So looking good for Enotan. 4 relics. He's doing the harassment here. And this is the first... Okay, there's 2 workers dead. But I was going to say, this is the first, like, real damage we've seen. Because he stopped boar mining. And he's killed 5 workers. And he's idling the barriers. So this is where, like I said... this matchup kind of becomes problematic, and this is where we see the classic China versus Rus. This happens in every single China versus Rus at some point. Chinese player, because they have more Lancers, they just send it in your base. And even though you will maybe clean this up, the idle time that you have in your TC and on your wood, China will just rally Lancers now in your base, and you basically have your economy idle. So even though, let's assume you're trading more efficiently, you're not really trading efficiently because your eco is idle, but he's not even trading efficiently. Lucifron is killing way more right now. Yeah, this matchup was considered very Rus favored, but I feel like these days it's a lot better for China. Just because people figured out, oh, if I just make Lancers like Baboon, it's pretty good for me. So I don't think you can go this like... Maybe Master Knight from Rus is better with Boyar's Fortitude, because at least your Knights have 25 extra health, which is not crazy good, but it's one more hit needed to kill you. So maybe that's something to explore. But yeah, this is Jover. And because of all the idle time, the food income is 0 per minute. So yeah, all China needs to do now is just rally units in, and that's a dub. Damn, boy. So Lucifron takes game number 1, which, to be fair, just so you guys know, in the results of the group stage, in Lucifron's group, he has beaten CSO 3-2, and then lost to Louis MT 3-0, and then he has beaten Miyamaika 3-0 to advance to the quarterfinals. For Anatan, I'm not actually sure. I can check for you guys. Anatan beat Numudan 3-1 and then beat Wham 3-2 in the winners match. So obviously Wham's in a really good shape. So Anochat beating Wham, pretty good sign that Anochat is pretty good. Like I said, everyone's so good these days. It's like, it's honestly so hard to like rank players, I feel like, you know. Coastal Cliffs. I really love this map. I don't think I play this map too well, but I really like playing on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily have like super high win rate when I play it, so it's my favorite map because of that. I just really like it. So we're gonna have Japanese versus Byzantine. Now, I don't know if this is what Lucifron was looking for, but this is what Lucifron is getting. It's always hard to know what the player's thought process was, because you don't know if, like, were they looking for this matchup? Did they want to snipe another Civ? But I would say this is a pretty good matchup for Japanese, because Byzantine is a civilization that, you know, you want gold for upgrades. You don't need it, right? You're not like making gold units, but it's nice to have. You want stone and you want berries. And basically, Japanese has berries that's 75 wood and it denies 3 resource. So basically, almost every single civilization you deny gold from, and it's worth it. Against Biz, you deny 3 resources. So yeah, it's pretty annoying, but Anatan picking it here. Some people pick Byzantines on this map, even though the stone is really far away, because their plan is to just go Hippodrome from the get-go, and that's what we're seeing Anochat doing. So this used to be like a meme build, or like a what the hell is he doing type of landmark. Not anymore. Actually, when I play some ladder games and stuff, I feel like sometimes even going Hippodrome, even if you're not getting tower rushed or something, is not a bad idea. And you can see these 2 spearmen are being super annoying, like trying to deny these berries. So yeah, I think Hippodrome is quite a strong landmark, especially if you get into like Castle or Imperial and you have Cataphracts. Activating the... what's it called? I don't know what the ability is called, but activating that ability, Triumph, on Cataphracts is fucking crazy. Like, they heal so much, they do so much damage, and yeah. So, Anochat, let's speed it up, because nothing much is happening. How much oil does he have? 475. Now, with Anoten's wild. Okay, I've always said this, but this man is wild as hell. By the way, that's a insane second TC spot. I mean, he's not gonna go to TC, but imagine this for second TC. Holy shit. Or maybe even like here, so you can maybe get a little bit closer to the wood. That's crazy. Or here. Oh my god, second TC here, and then you pull the boar and the deer. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so usually I would say Byzantine will probably go for longbows, but with Anochad, it's really hard to know. Like, I would not be shocked if he goes for Keshik and then goes fast castle or something with an archer range, maybe, or without. But it's one of those where you kind of just have to wait and see with Anochad. You don't know what you're gonna get with him, you know. So we'll have to wait and see, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Lucifron just went to get some stone with 5 villagers for Daimyo Manor. He's not there yet, but he'll be there in a second. So he's gonna go stable next. Okay, I guess he's gonna go stable. Ooh, okay, I actually had a game like this. So if you go stable, it seems like it's not good, but if you can continuously produce horsemen and you have a bannerman, you can fight the Byzantine horsemen because you can just run away from the triumph. So it creates for like an interesting situations there. So okay, we do see longbows, which I'm a tiny bit surprised from Anotan. Not because it's bad, but I expected Anotan to go Keshik here for sure. Just because it's Anotan. Javelin throwers would have been too wild even for him, considering there's no archers, but yeah. So let's see. Daimyo is about to be available. Boom. And he's queuing that up soon after. Nothing on farms yet. I really like putting villagers on farms immediately. I don't know if I'm wrong for doing that, because some players I see do that as well, but some players I see don't do that. So I don't know what the right move is, but I just feel like you save so much food long term as Japanese that I feel like it's worth just because of that, even if it does give you slightly less income per minute than like sheep or bears at this point in the game. But I don't know, that's just me. Ooh, -1 villager, okay. Nabs that real quick, and that's only 2 horsemen, so that's definitely a bit of a mistake from the Chad. Is he gonna get a kill? Ooh, not only doesn't get a kill, he loses a horseman and one gets really low. He's picking up like a spearman here and there. The bannerman is out, so now these horsemen do +1 damage, and he can get Tatara for more bonus damage, but he actually doesn't have the stone. He's got 10 stone. Unlucky. Unlucky, brother. So these longbows, ooh, if they get caught here, that isn't... Is he gonna go for it? Nah. He ain't crazy like that. He's just gonna chillax. So now we see the stone mining. He's gonna go 5 on the berries over here with a little tower. Probably gonna send 5 over here with a little tower. At some point as well, just to make sure he's safe, because he wants that oil. Maybe make a couple of more longbows. And right now, not much is happening. Like, 6 on gold kind of tells me that Lucifron is... Okay, now he's got villagers and farms. 3 on wood, 6 on gold. This tells me I'm going castle, but I'm doing it safe. I'm doing it a bit slow. Like, he's not going to rush it with no units. He's just going to keep making units. And basically, when the goal reaches 600-ish, he will just stop making units and age up. So, yeah. On the other side, Anotan is just doing okay, he's not doing a tower. He's just going to wall this whole thing off, which probably... Not probably, it's cheaper than making a tower, so I guess it makes sense. And now Anotan is also going to look to age up as well. So, pretty pretty non-committal game, I would say. Like, neither player is really committing to... Oh my god, he doesn't see it. Ooh, that's painful. Okay, only loses 1. 2? Okay. Loses 2. I mean, that could have been a lot worse. But yeah, neither player is really committing. Like, you can see Anatan on the 11 Horsemen, Lucifer on 6 with the Bannerman. He's also pulled out of wood, as you can see. He's got only 3 left, so both are going to look to age up. So, unless there's some raiding happening, we can just skip through. There's the age up. There's the farms. This is the Spanish Bro special, by the way. The Spanish Bros, when they play HRE and Japanese, they love building buildings, like just blocking the Aken Chapel or the TC with as many buildings as possible. That's called the Spanish Bros building placement. It's not actually called like that, but I'm calling it that. So if they eventually go farms, it looks like a you know when you ask a kid to draw something and it's just like a, you know, that's kind of how they put their farms. You don't need space if you end game before farms, true. But if you don't, then those farms ain't pretty, bot. So Anachat is also going to age up with that Golden Horn Tower. Not a surprise. And again, game is very, like I said, non-committal game. Both players made some units, did some raiding. Obviously, Lucifer is ahead on villagers. But this does have increased gather rate. He's going to kill another one here. Oi, oi, oi. And another one. And now you can go for longbows. And if I'm him, I do this too, for sure. Even if you lose a couple of horsemen for a couple of longbows, longbows are like, 5 longbows at this point are shit. But the more longbows you have, the more powerful they become, right? Okay, I don't know about that. He just got, okay, Anachat just kind of surrounds him and butchers him. But I would say killing 3 workers there, 4 longbows, I think, and all the idle time was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. And now Lucifer is going to be taking them relics. He's going to be getting them Yumi Ashigarus. And, yeah. Is Anatan going to go in Limitane, or is he going to go Cataphracts? I wonder how Cataphracts do against Mounted Samurai. They should do well, no? Because Cataphracts, especially with his landmark, I mean... Has he even used this, by the way? He probably has, at some point. I don't know if I missed it. But I haven't seen it. Okay, he is making Cataphracts. He made some Limitane, but not too many. And he's not upgrading to Veteran. So, and also has only 5 on wood. So I feel like this is... With this amount of gold, workers on gold... 21 on gold, 15 on food. This looks like Cataphract angle for him. And if I am Anatan, I'm a little bit scared because, okay, he has 1 farm. Because basically Lucifer has a lot more food already because of the farms. He's got 8 farms and he's getting wood from this landmark as well. Right now, which can actually help him get more and more farms. Or units. And Anatan is on his like almost out of berries. And once he's out of berries, you can't make mercenaries. And that's kind of when you play this, that's half of your army usually. As you can see, 17 longbows. And his income doesn't look too great on food right now. So he would need to go out on deer, which are kind of further out, or he would need to mass transition to wood to go for farms, which without the landmark doesn't feel as good, you know? Yeah, and he has no eco upgrades and Lucifer does, so there's that too. Now, not too many mounted samurai, 8 right now. I feel like that could have been higher. He's lacking some gold. And Lucifer loves to do this. This is something that Vortex also likes to do. Like, he's still making He's upgrading Spearman, so I'm assuming he's gonna just continue making like Yumi mounted and maybe Spearman here and there. But yeah, 9 on wood right now. This is a really good cistern. I mean, he gets the rest of the wood line, gets the deer, the gold. Oh, he didn't make the gold. Oh no, they're gonna run all the way back. Does he see it? But he doesn't see it. He just built a tower. Oh, okay, he sees it. Never mind. Okay, he saw it. I was like, oh no. Because I know that feeling. When you think you built something, but you didn't, and then it ends up running all the way back. Mangonel emplacement. Now, this is the point where... we see Yorishiro, by the way, in the TC as well. This is the point where it can be pretty difficult to push Byzantine if they get enough Mangonel towers. So a lot of players, as Byzantine, start mining stone. Oh god, it's going to be more damage. 5 workers killed, by the way, from Anatan. And 12. He was micring on the other side of the map and loses all 5 here. But what I was going to say is, Biz can usually delay the game by quite a bit by adding Mangonel emplacements everywhere. But he's not actually mining the stone, so he can't really do that. So he's got Daimyo level 2. He's still got, like, the thing is, Lucifer still has insane amount of food remaining on the map. This is why Japanese, I feel like, is so strong. Like, he has deer, and boar still. Before he needs to make farms, which is quite good. And basically, as Japanese, your style is like, you can see he's making every unit. Your style can now be either do like an Omega dive and hope it works. He hasn't finished this, by the way. Or you can capture sacred sites and you can just wait outside. Both things work, and we see Triumph is activated. Look at that, +5 damage for the Cataphracts right now, and they're healing as well, and get movement speed. Wait, they get +4 damage, sorry, not 5, which is still a lot. But the amount of units that there are on Lucifer's side might be a little bit too many, and the problem is longbows actually get completely destroyed by Yumis because of movement speed. These longbows can't run away. So what longbows usually do is they kite units out without the units being able to attack them. That's why I think it's also like really good matchup for Japanese, because Yumi can just catch up to longbows and kill them. So maybe Keshiks are better here, actually. Unironically. I don't know. But then you have to go crossbow Cataphract, which kind of feels weird, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. The Mangonel emplacement. He's getting 45 outposts, but is that going to be in time? And he's out of food, by the way. When you see this, 25 villagers running to deer, that means your opponent is out of food and he's struggling right now. He's trying to flank, maybe pick off something. Bannerman is a good pick off, but I just don't know if he has enough. He's just diving onto this tower as well. The Yumis are target firing the villagers and the longbows. Damn, Lucifer's just fucking... It's Jover. He's just playing clean. Damn. I mean, he's gonna do this run by, and he just needs to make Onimushas here. Or he doesn't even need to, he just make Mounted Samurai. Look where he's making the farms. Yeah, Anatan is trying to do some counterattacking to reduce the villager count, but the problem right now isn't the villager count, it's just the army count. Like, if you fall behind on villagers, but you have same army count, you can come back. But if your opponent has tripled the army, then that's a pretty rough one, you know? Yeah, Lucifer's always been like this, by the way. Like, that's his style. He's just a standard player. He He's not necessarily a meta player, because I feel like Vortex and him sometimes have their own takes on what's good. He's pretty standard. Like, Vortex is the more wild one. Like, he'll do some wild here and there. He's just a solid player. So to beat Lucifron, I would say you kind of have to just... I know this sounds dumb, but a way to beat player like Lucifron or Marine Lord is to just play better than them. And that's kind of how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really cheese a player who's solid. You actually have to just play better. So if you're wondering, like, why doesn't everyone just play standard? And why doesn't everyone just play the meta? Well, playing standard and the meta is the hardest way of playing, right? Cheesing is the easiest way of playing, or playing some weird shit that doesn't work 50% of the time is easier to play. Playing solid and knowing how to defend everything is a lot harder to do. So maybe that's why Lucifer took longer to like come back into form, because he was just relying on like, okay, I want to get to the same point I was at. And usually the players who are really solid, in general, they don't really skip, they don't cut a lot of corners. You can't really like just do some kind of all-in and catch them off guard or something. One way you can play against solid players is to play greedier. To try deny scouting and play greedier and cheese them in that way, if that makes sense. So, like, if let's say the meta is 2TC versus 2TC, and that's how the matchup always goes, you try to kill the scout and then you go 3rd TC. You know what I mean? So that's how you can cheese out a solid player. But actually cheesing them with just like doing something super weird and like making weird unicomps usually is not gonna work, because they've probably seen it. Yeah. Calling Neomika out. I mean, like, I'm not saying this is an insult, but if you play like Neomika, it's hella entertaining, right? It's hella fun to watch him, but you cannot win an AoE 4 tournament playing like that. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, it's literally just not gonna happen, ever. Not him necessarily, but anyone. Playing that, like, unorthodox and, like, random and all that is just... If it was... I always say this, if it was good, the top players would use it, right? But it's not optimal. It has a lot of holes in the play. Okay, so... We've seen this in one of the, I think last weekend in the games that I've covered, but this is how you defend... Asmalian versus any civ that rushes barracks and tries to put pressure on your pit mine. You make a tower, and then you make a mill, and then you just gather food there so that the enemy player can't do anything to your pit mine. You do get less gold, you get a bit of a slower age up, but your pit mine is safe, so it's still worth it. Okay. Now the enemy age up is even later, as you can see. So I would say already game is going pretty well for Lucifron. Now, I actually don't know what a good thing to do against Malian is. Like, is it even worth to open barracks? Because if you open barracks, they just do this. Thank you so much for 21 months. Then... yeah, maybe just doing barracks and like one spear, legit. But this is 150 resources, and I guess you reduce their income. I mean, at best you kind of come out even, but their gold is still safe, you know? So I don't know, maybe the best place to just go like fastest 2TC against Malian. I don't really know. Not as Ottoman necessarily, but just in general. And I'm very curious what Lucifron does here. He's getting a lumber upgrade, and he's getting horticulture. Okay, so no wheelbarrow. Why is his TC... oh, his TC is elevated because there's elevation here. You see how the thick TC is? You see that? What the fuck? I thought he might be going pro scouting there for a second, but I guess not. He's gonna go for the fast second pit mine. Alright, should probably make some houses here too. Now these warrior scouts are just going to be for harassing. And Anatan already... Wait, he made stable here and barracks here. So if he makes blacksmith, one of these is not going to be in the range of the blacksmith. But maybe he's not going to produce out of barracks. I don't know. He's getting imams. He's going to heal up these spearmen, which is quite a nice value. And we see Sofa archer range for Lucifron. Okay, he destroys a house. He's going to go mining camp, make more houses. All right. Sofa archer against Sipahi spearman? I don't know how that works out, actually. Double stable? No military schools. By the way, this is something that Anotan does quite often. Or I've seen him do quite often. He plays Ottomans without military schools. He just goes like mass production buildings and he just masses units. And there's like some timings that he hits at that he just has so many units that you kind of don't expect it, and it ends up being like really strong. So again, it's one of those things where I genuinely don't know if Lucifron is played against something like this. So if he hasn't, there's a chance it might catch him off guard or surprise him. But yeah, because no military schools, you might think like, well, don't you want military schools because you get so much value long term? You do. Oh, he gets a villager for one scout. That's worth it. You do get more value long term, but the thing is, you will have a lot more units this way a lot earlier. So it's going to allow for some weird timings and potentially like be able to kill your opponent if they're not ready. Now, Lucifron's going to see this, right? No? Right? No? No? Okay. So he's doing some damage to these and then he's healing with imams. Is he? I don't know if he saw it earlier. He might have seen the double stable earlier. He is going Donzos now. And yeah, he's doing the 1-1-1. One stable, one barracks, one archer range. And +1 ranged armor. So I think Anton's game plan is probably to just have crap ton of Sipahi. He's still producing spearmen, by the way, which is interesting. I think he's just gonna go mass Sipahi and send it. No wheelbarrow, right? Yeah, no wheelbarrow for Lucifron. Not a big fan of that. You guys know me. I love me some wheelbarrow. It allows you to run away with your villagers. And who doesn't want that? This scout is gonna kill this pit mine in the end. Just send 3 Donzos to kill it. Okay. Anotan is pulling villagers from gold, so he got +1 range armor and he's getting +1 melee attack, and he doesn't want any other upgrades. He doesn't care about any other upgrades. So I think Anotan is just doing like an all-in with this. And somehow he ran out of bears. This shouldn't happen, so I don't know what happened there. With 5, maybe he got 2 at the same time. Not sure. But yeah, he's just gonna all in, and like I said, if Lucifron didn't make Donzos or didn't respect this and just kept making Sofa Archer, he's dead 100%. Now with Donzos, he needs to keep making them, otherwise he's gonna be dead. So he's gonna be like super dead. Because even if you make 10 Donzos, 13 Sipahi, with spearmen tanking in front for Sipahi will mow down everything. They're a very good unit, let's just say that. He's going for an archer range now, so maybe he's looking at this and he's saying, yeah, I can't commit. But you see what I mean? Lucifron isn't, again, he's not doing anything like, whoa! He's doing a small raid. This is how Lucifron used to play, like, before his break. He's doing a small raid. He's chilling at home. He's getting his upgrades. He's defending his bases, right? He's did a little wall. He's slow cow booming. He's not being too greedy. And even though he's the one being defensive, he actually killed, I was going to say 2 workers, but he killed 1 worker compared to Anatan's 0. So he hasn't lost any workers yet, and he's dealt eco damage a couple of times now by idling the villagers or whatever else. So, oh, okay. Luckily, he's nowhere close to age up, but I hate when this happens. When you build a cow for your villagers to eat it, and then another cow pops out, and then the villager doesn't have, like, he's not gathering from here because there's no space, so he just yoinks random cow. Like, this one just goes in it and kills it. So yeah, I mean, this tower is also upgraded, by the way, fully. So this is just looking really, really good for Lucifron. Like, if Anatan had oh my god, it happened again. That's funny as fuck. It might happen again, actually. Oh my god, it's gonna happen again! Watch this, watch this! Lol. So if Anatan had second TC or military schools, this is still playable. But basically, you can see now Lucifron is overtaking him in army. So the more time it passes, the worse it is for Anatan. So it's kind of like you want to all in his Anatan, but also you're looking for the right timing to all in. And as Lucifron, you're like, okay, I'm building up cows. That might be too far away, by the way. No? Maybe it's fine. Oh my god, another cow goes down. Bro, the cows are suffering. Someone's gonna be like, maybe he wants to eat the cows. Yeah, he really wants to fucking kill them over there to send the food over here. For sure. Shut your mouth! Oh, another cow! Oh, no, never mind. Oh my god, another cow! Boink! That one didn't even need to die. Maybe that one he sent. Maybe that one he sent. Yeah, maybe that one he sent, actually. Because that one, he had space there. Okay, Sipahis are coming in. And this is kind of what I mean. They're wild as fuck. And all of a sudden, he gets a jump in on the villagers. How many is he gonna get? He's killing Donzos. Oof, probably not enough. That was actually surprisingly low amount because so many villagers were stuck here. But he's gonna be able to... Oh no. I was gonna say he's gonna be able to heal up with the imams, so... Where are imams? Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Because if he heals all the units up, that's kind of the strength of Ottoman, right, as well? But when half of your army is like half HP, that's not a very good sign. And look, this is the classic. Look what he's doing here. He's doing a run-by to this side. And at the same time, the only reason he's doing this run-by... I mean, okay, killing villagers, great, amazing. But he actually doesn't want to sacrifice these. You see that? He's running through. He doesn't want to kill villagers. He wants to buy time. So what he's doing right now is he's just sending these to distract and buy time. Look where he's sending them. Because he's aging up. And he's going to upgrade his units in a second. And Anatan right now has to go for a push or he dead. There's no other way to put this. Age up happens. Anatan, he coming in. He's coming in hot, boy. And the problem is the Malian veteran upgrades finish 50% faster than other civs. So, yeah. All the units are upgraded, and this is just a terrible, terrible day to be an Ottoman player. Yeah, so army supplies same, workers are same, but there's cows, boys, and there are no military schools. I think for Annotant, honestly, for Annotant, I think the worst matchups he could have gotten are probably players like current, like in the tournament, are probably like Lucifron, Marine Lord, and Wham. Because of the, not even skill, but just the playstyle mismatch, I would say. Or I guess it's a good matchup for Lucifron is what I'm trying to say. Because Annotant plays very like, he tries to catch you off guard, and Lucifron is like, I'm playing to not be caught off guard. And again, you can see Lucifron didn't do anything that's like super crazy or anything like that. He just defended really, really well. And to some people, this might be a shocker. And when I saw these results, when I saw this was a big surprise to me as well. I know that Lucifron is practicing with Vortex, right? And I know that he's been playing for a while. But Annotant just beat Wham in the group stage 3-2, right? And then Lucifron lost to Louis 3-0, who then we saw lose in playoffs, upper bracket quarterfinals. He lost 3-0 to Wham, and then Louis lost to Papipot 3-0. So it's kind of wild. Congrats to Lucifron. I mean, he played pretty well, pretty solid. I would say that's an upset in terms of it's upset this tournament, but maybe next tournament we'll have better expectations, or not better expectations, but like higher expectations from Lucifron. It's not going to be an upset anymore. But I guess Lucifron is back if he beat Anochet 3-0, and he beat him pretty solid, like pretty convincing, I would say.